You're building and developing strategic partnerships with certain influencers. What's their reaction to a potential going dark on Sunday?
Yes, there is a lot of anxiety around this. There are tons of creators who really rely on TikTok for partnerships with brands, for affiliate marketing, for selling their own merchandise on TikTok Shop. So I think a lot of creators are on the edge of their seat, waiting to see what's going to happen on Sunday. And they're also making a lot of preparations for what they're going to do if there is a ban.
Yeah, they've been diversifying, pointing users onto new forms of social media or indeed older ones such as Reels, for example, and Instagram. I'm interested, though, the advertisers, the marketers you talk to. What do? They've spent money. They've committed to be putting their brand on this particular platform. If they can't access them, do they get money back? What's their risk analysis right now?
Yes, all marketers and advertisers are definitely planning for what will happen after Sunday. So essentially, what will happen is they may shift those advertising dollars to other platforms. I think a lot of people are taking a wait and see approach. The news keeps changing. Day over day. So we're really going to have to see what happens on Sunday. But everyone that we're talking to, all of our clients, we're all making preparations.
We're just hearing and seeing here how potentially Instagram-based spending boosted the most. Facebook does well, YouTube. I'm interested about some of these Chinese competitors we're all now hearing of. Red Note, as it's colloquially known here in the United States. Lemonade, of course, is also owned by ByteDance, so an issue. But any advertisers, any marketers looking at spending there?
Yeah, it's possible. I think as marketers, we're always looking to see all of the channels that are available and where our audiences are spending their time. So we're definitely considering it. But those platforms too will likely face the same challenges that we're facing now with TikTok. So I think everyone is being very cautious, making their backup plans, and we're having constant conversations with our clients so that we're keeping them up to date minute by minute on what's going on.
Brands have seen TikTok in such a different light, the way in which that you can become a trend overnight without even really planning to, or indeed starting to plan to and being strategic through companies such as your own. How are they going to navigate the changing nature of trending and ensuring their brands get to the right people at the right time?
Yes, so that is the nature of the business that we're in. These social media platforms are constantly evolving, and we always advise creators and influencers to not put all of their eggs in one basket and to rely on certain social media platforms for their incomes. So, what a lot of creators are doing outside of signing petitions to make sure that TikTok stays intact is diversifying and going to other social media networks. They're also building up their own owned platforms. So that would be making their own websites, building their email list so that they can reach their followers outside of specific platforms, which is really, really important to always have a diversified approach, especially when it comes to relying on platforms that you just don't own.
And is that the lesson here? Look, we're always shifting, we're always moving, we're always finding the latest, greatest thing.
Yes, that is the major lesson here is that the reality is if you are building your business or your following on a specific platform that you do not personally own, you're always going to have this risk. We see this happen a lot. Sometimes these platforms face outages and you don't have access to post at certain specific times. So it's always really important to own your audience. And you can do that by collecting emails, diversifying your channel base, and figuring out ways to reach your customers and your audiences on other platforms.